Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Tim and Amy's homestead. Out here today in my little garden and little raised beds, and going to do a little bit of fertilizing and put some magnesium out. Magnesium in the Epson salt. I'm going to mix some of that up and put around my tomatoes and such and give them a little help. I had to replant a lot of my stuff. Right here where I have my garden this year is across the field from whatever it is they got over there, and whatever chemical they had got on my squash plants, and they're not going to come back. So I had to go and get new stuff, and they kind of ruined my tomatoes too. So I've had to start over in May, and things are going slow, but I'm just going to leave it in God's hands that He will provide. So anyway, we're going to get mixed up with some Epsom salt and start putting all around the plants. So to make my 2-gallon container of Epsom salt water, you're going to need 4 tablespoons of the Epsom salt. So we're going to go ahead and add that in, and then add the water. So go ahead and put your Epsom salt in first, and I put 4 tablespoons and filled it on up with water, and with the burst coming out of your hose, that stirs up your Epsom salt, and now you'll be able to go place it on your garden. And for the noise you were hearing in the background, I was using my little pump here that I can pump out my water out of my water catchment. I've got it hooked up right there, and just hook it on up to your water hose and you have free water. You just use a little battery, boom, free water. And that's how I take care of my garden. I do not use city water. So I got everything fertilized and got the Epsom salt put around the vegetables. So I'm going to let it do its work. I wanted to show you what I've got. My potatoes look great, but everything else is on a slow roll. And let's just keep our fingers crossed that they grow and produce. And oh, by the way, I am sweating so bad, it is hot. So here is one bed of my potatoes right here, and they are looking so good. And I hope I get a bunch of potatoes out of this. I've got some back here in the back that are starting to come up. That was like the last little group there. And they're starting to come up. And I transplanted some tomatoes too. So they're looking okay. And then come on over here, and I've got a line of buckets with potatoes in it, and they're starting to look really good too. And I did have plants in these pools, but I didn't put enough holes in it, so that's just something I'm going to have to plant in later. I've got to add more holes in it. And here is one of my big buckets with a tomato plant in it. This bucket with the tomato plants in there. This one seems to be having a little bit of trouble, so I added some magnesium. I hope that brings it back. And of course, you know, I gave it some fertilizer too. So we're only going to hope that it comes back. And being I had to transplant a lot of my stuff, I tilled up some land right here. And I went and got some more tomato plants. And I got little cherry tomatoes, orange stripy heirloom tomatoes, and your Better Boy tomatoes, and I put some squash down, watermelon, and a zucchini. So we're going to hope and pray that these come around. And I've got 2 more here that I've got tomato plants in. I'm going to have to put the stakes on them right here shortly. There's the other one right there. My cayenne peppers are doing really good. I've got peppers coming up. I saw a big one somewhere. There's a few right here. So the peppers are beautiful. I mean, they're coming up real good. I hope I can get enough out of those to make some hot pepper vinegar. And this is my last potted tomato plant here, and these are doing really good. These are some orange. Nope. These are the gold tomatoes. Here are my cucumbers. These are my pickling cucumbers and bush cucumbers, and some are vines. They seem to be doing good. It seems like I saw where they're starting to put out some cucumbers, but right this minute I don't see it, and I'm not going to bother them today. I'll show you them on a later video. And this is my first transplanting area that I did, and these poor plants, I don't know if they're going to make it. The first tomatoes here I just put down this week, but those tomatoes that are a little bit further down were ones that were affected when my squash were affected from the field across the street. And I know there is weeds in here, but like right over here, I had planted some dill. I had planted some carrots in here at a late date, but I don't know if they're going to grow. I'll have to plant them later. But there's some corn right here that's coming up, and I hope that you can see it, because me being in the sun is hard for me to see. And I think something's come in here and eat on my squash plants and my pepper plants, so we have got to get something put up around here. Tim, bless his heart, he works all the time, and it's kind of hard for him to get out here and do anything. And these tomato plants right here are a purple, I don't know the name of it, but it's a purple heirloom tomato. So I hope and pray that one comes up, because oh my gosh, they are so good. But anyway, that is my garden. Bless this little heart. Hope I get something out of it. Here are the few little plants that I have sitting on my porch. I can walk right on out here and pick me a tomato. That's some dill coming up right there. And my little cucumber. And that's some lettuce. I was just playing with that. I've never grown lettuce, but my little snake plant my mother gave me. And I'm starting to get a piece of spearmint coming up right there. So anyway, that's my little gardening for today. So thank you for stopping by Tim and Amy's homestead and looking at my little garden adventure. I hope y'all are having a better time growing with your garden than I am this year. Sorry about all the traffic. Everybody under the sun's coming by today. Anyway, I hope y'all have a blessed day, and hope you come back again. And if you have not subscribed, please mash the red button and like this video. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye, y'all.